Look, we all want to protect our families, right? But what happens when we're not actually there to do it? Today, we're going to talk about something a lot of us put off: legacy planning. And trust me, it's about so much more than just money. It's about making sure the people you love are taken care of no matter what. Let's dive in. So, let's just start with a really powerful question, one that gets right to the heart of it all. If something happens to you and you can't make decisions for yourself, who steps in? Who gets to decide what's best for your family, for your finances, for your health? It's a tough thought, but it's the reality we need to get ready for. Okay, so how do we even begin to tackle this? Well, a great way is to break it all down into what we can call the big three legacy questions. These are the absolute must answer questions that every single one of us should have a plan for, no matter how much money you have in the bank. Let's walk through them together. First up, and for any parent out there, this is probably the one that keeps you up at night. If you're not around anymore, who is going to raise your kids? And we're not just talking about who loves them. We're talking about who has the legal right to be their guardian. You have to make sure they end up with the person you trust most in the entire world. And here's the scary part, right? If you don't have a legal plan in place, that decision is taken completely out of your family's hands. A judge, a stranger, is the one who makes the final call. This can lead to horrible custody battles and, honestly, a result you would never, ever have wanted for your kids. Okay, on to the second big question. This one is about your stuff, your home, your car, your savings. You've worked your whole life for what you have, and you probably have a pretty clear idea of who you want it all to go to. But how do you guarantee that's what actually happens? Because without a plan, here's what can go wrong. Everything you own can get tangled up in a really long, really public court process. It's called probate. That means no privacy for your family and absolutely no guarantee that your property will end up with the right people. It just adds so much more stress at the worst possible time. And this last one, this is about you. If you get into an accident or have an illness that leaves you unable to communicate your wishes, what they call being incapacitated, who gets the power to make life or death decisions on your behalf? So what does that mean? It means you lose your voice. Someone you might never have chosen could be put in charge of your most personal healthcare choices and all of your finances, right in the middle of an emergency. You lose all control, all say in what happens to you. All right, that was a lot of scary what-ifs, but don't worry, there's absolutely a way to take back control. The solution is a set of legal tools, often called a legacy suite, and they are designed to answer these exact questions. The first tool in your toolkit is the one you've probably heard of, a last will and testament. This is your foundation. It directly answers those first two big questions. This is where you officially, legally, name a guardian for your kids and spell out exactly who gets your property. Then you have something called a living trust. Think of it as your will's best friend. Its main purpose is to help your estate completely sidestep that messy public probate court we were just talking about. It keeps your family's business private and makes everything so much smoother for them. And finally, remember that third big question we asked? Who has the power? Well, this is your answer: powers of attorney. These documents are where you name a specific person you trust to make your financial and healthcare decisions for you if you're not able to. You get to decide who's in charge, period. Now, obviously, when we're talking about legal stuff, you have to be able to trust the source. It's got to be the real deal. So let's talk about what makes a solution like this credible, because it needs to be both professionally sound and recognized for its quality. So what's really important to know is where a platform like NetLaw comes from. It actually grew out of a real law firm, Hargrove Madden. And that means the documents you create aren't just some generic one-size-fits-all template. Nope. They're drafted by actual attorneys, and they're specific to the laws in your state. And it's not just them saying they're good. Check this out. The American Bar Association, we're talking the biggest legal organization out there, gave their platform technology this huge award for excellence. That's some serious third-party validation right there. And the proof is in the numbers, right? Over 100,000 people have used this service to get their affairs in order. Think about that. That's a massive vote of confidence from people just like you. Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds great, but also super complicated. But that's the thing. It's designed not to be. The whole point is to make it simple and accessible, something you can do right from your couch in just a few minutes. It's actually just a few simple steps. You sign up, you fill in some basic info about your family, and then it's literally just using easy drop-down menus to make your big decisions, like who you want as guardian. The system then builds the official legal documents for you. All you have to do is execute them, and then you can store them safely in the cloud. It's designed to be that easy. So at the end of the day, what are we really talking about here? It's not just about paperwork. It's about taking real, concrete action to protect the people you love more than anything. It's about making sure your wishes are heard and about securing their future. So if any of this is hitting home for you and you're thinking, yeah, I really need to get this done, the next step is super simple. Just connect with us to find out more about the different packages and figure out which one is the right fit for you and your family. And that's really what this all boils down to. Answering these hard questions isn't just checking a box on a to-do list. It's about giving yourself and your family that incredible feeling of relief. It's about peace of mind. So I'll just leave you with this. Isn't it time?